Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Boom. Good morning. We back just like that on the Fantasy Football Insight live show. This is the show where we talk about fantasy football. You know, the name is in the subject. So the topic is in the subject. So, get your fantasy football lineup questions together and, we're going to have a good show and get things started. So hope everyone out there, it's week 9 of the fantasy football season. So we got contenders right now. So we got contenders and we have pretenders. So hopefully the ones that's been following our shows, you are actually, the contenders. So we're going to start this show off with the player update for the injury reports. All right, and we're back with the week 9 player injury reports. And so there's been a lot of big names that's been going down this week. So none bigger than Derrick Henry, the running back for the Tennessee Titans. But we also have the Giants. The New York Giants ruled out Saquon Barkley, and the Panthers list Sam Darnold is questionable for this week 9 game. So, we got a lot of lineup adjustments. But for the Houston Texans at Miami game, so for the Texans, they've taken a lot of injury hits, but they got a big boast of a good news for Tyrod Taylor. They got Tyrod Taylor back. He's supposed to be starting for this week 9 game. So for the Texans, they have tight end Farrah Brown. He's out. Linebacker Christian Kersley and Deshaun Watson. He's listed as a non-injury out, but we expect him to be out because we know what's going on with him in those court cases. So next game, for the same game we have for the Miami Dolphins, we have linebacker Jerome Baker's listed questionable with the knee injury. We have Tua Tagovailoa listed as questionable with the ribs and left finger. But I don't think anything's going to stop Tua Tagovailoa from being out this game because this is going to be a big game. Tyrod Taylor's back. He hadn't played since week 2. So this is going to be a good game, a pretty good shootout between two young aspiring quarterbacks. So we got next game. We have Las Vegas Raiders at the New York Giants. So the Raiders, man, they're listed as healthy. They have no one listed on their injury report, but they've been taking a lot of beat down in the media. So we recently heard about Henry Ruggs. Sorry to hear about that, but the show must go on. So the Raiders, they don't have anyone listed on their injury report, but the Giants, they have a laundry list of players that's listed. So we got running back Saquon Barkley listed with he's ruled out with an ankle injury. We have linebacker Lorenzo Carter with an ankle. We have defensive back Nate Ebner. We have wide receiver Dante Pettis, Sterling Shepard. They're all listed as out. And we have, the big one, John Ross. He's listed as questionable. Kenny Golladay, they're both listed as questionable. So that's going to be a pretty big hit for the New York Giants. I don't know who's left to actually score in this game besides Daniel Jones. We know how far that will get a team. So next game, we have New England Patriots at the Carolina Panthers. So we have the Patriots. They have The defensive tackle Christian Barrymore listed with the foot. Jawan Bentley, I'm telling you, I'm going to tear these names up. But none really. So they got a number of players listed as injured, but listed as questionable. None other bigger than wide receiver N'Keal Harry, who's listed as questionable with the knee injury. So for the Panthers, we got Sam Darnold for, he's in concussion protocol with the right shoulder. He's listed as questionable. We also have cornerback Stanley Thomas. He's listed as questionable. So for the Panthers, I think it's going to be a pretty good game for their defense because they're playing Stephon Gilmore. He's coming, he's playing his old team. So look for that defense to, be a little opportunistic this week. So next game, we have Minnesota Vikings at Baltimore Ravens. On the Minnesota Vikings, of course, they've been taking a beat down with the fans because of the poor play and poor calling of Kirk Cousins. He's been killing my fantasy football season because I have him as a quarterback in a number of my leagues. But for the Vikings, they have defensive tackle Michael Pierce. He's listed as out with an elbow injury. We have linebacker Anthony Barr with a knee injury. Cornerback Cameron Dantzler with an ankle injury, listed as questionable. So on the opposite side of the ball with the Ravens, we have Latavius Murray listed with an ankle injury. We have wide receiver Sammy Watkins and wide receiver Rashad Bateman. They're all listed as doubtful. And we have defensive tackle Brandon Williams with a shoulder injury listed as questionable. So that's going to definitely hit some lineup, have some lineup woes with Sammy Watkins, Rashad Bateman, who's expected to have a really good season this year, but he cannot seem to get off this injury report, but they might play. So the next game we have here, who that? Here we go. We got the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. So the Falcons seem to have a clean list of health bills. None of their players are hurt. No one's listed on the injury report. Now on the Saints side, we have, we're still licking our wounds to a big injury we had with Jameis Winston at the quarterback position. He's out with the knee injury. We also have Carl Granderson, wide receiver Ty Montgomery with the hamstring. They're all listed as out. But we have Malcolm Jenkins, defensive end Peyton Turner listed as questionable. So Malcolm Jenkins, he's been balling. So we definitely need him in the game because without him, I think the Falcons might have a pretty good day burning our secondary. So the next game we have is Denver Broncos at the Dallas Cowboys. So, man, I was going to make this tailgate. But shout out to you, Coach Lee. He's out there tailgating with his fellow Cowboy fans. So we got on the Broncos side, we have tackle Garrett Bowles. Hopefully I said that right. Listed as out with an ankle injury. We have so everyone else is listed as questionable. So that's the only major injury that the Broncos have. Now on the Cowboys side of the ball, we have tight end Blake Jarwin. We have Tyron Smith. They're both listed as out. Now, I have Amari Cooper in a couple of my leagues, and he's listed as questionable with a hamstring injury and CeeDee Lamb. So, man, that's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on to make sure that they play and they get a full they play full time. So, definitely that's something big for the Dallas Cowboys. Amari Cooper, and we have CeeDee Lamb out. Next game we have is the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. Man, this is the Battle of Ohio. So on the Browns side, of course, they got Odell Beckham, who's been released. So hopefully he finds a job before, he be on the podcast scene. So he's listed as out. They got tackle Jack Conklin is an elbow listed as out as well. But they got Donovan Peoples-Jones listed as questionable with the groin injury. That's a big hit to the team and to the fantasy football world. But beyond that, I think that's it. On the Bengals side of the ball, they got Cameron Sample with a knee injury. He's on the edge to play or sit. So we got Chris Evans with a hamstring injury, but I don't think there's nothing substantial there because no one knows who he is. And we have Auden Tate listed as questionable with a thigh injury. So next game we have is the Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. So this is a game like you would think that the Buffalo Bills would run away with, but man, I don't know what's been going on as of late, but they have not been playing to the best of their abilities. For the better wording, because I want to say a whole lot worse things. But on the Bills side, we have tight end Dawson Knox listed with a hand injury. Also, we have offensive line Spencer Brown with the back injury. They're both listed as out. We have Cole Beasley, Jordan Poyer shoulder injury. So Cole Beasley has a rib injury. He's listed as questionable. And Jaguars running back James Robinson, who's been killing the fantasy football world, is listed as questionable with a heel injury. So next game, we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this is going to be a good game. Last week, I picked up the Philadelphia Eagles off the waiver wire, their defense off the waiver wire, because they, been playing some pretty good defense, and they're always opportunistic with turnovers. This game, we have Chargers. They have a cornerback, Michael Davis, hamstring injury. Also have Justin Jackson, concussion. Asante Samuel Jr., concussion. They're all listed as out. And I won't even try this last guy's name, but it's Gilman. He's listed as doubtful with an ankle injury. And on the opposite side of the ball for the Philadelphia Eagles, they have the wide receiver J.J. Arcega-Whiteside listed as out with an ankle injury. Yeah, definitely want to know where they're from with a last name like that. So this game here, man, this is going to be a big, big game. Are we going to watch the collapse of the Green Bay Packers or the rise of the resurgence of the Kansas City Chiefs? So we got the Green Bay Packers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Packers, they got Kiki. Do you love me? All right, sorry, another show. But they got Kingsley Kiki, the defensive line, listed as out with concussion. They have Dennis Kelly back, defensive line. I guess you can see that this list is kind of old because they don't have Aaron Rodgers, who's listed as out, and Jordan Love will be starting his place for this game because of some COVID-related issues. So on the opposite side of the ball, we have the Chiefs, who don't have any substantial players that are on this injury list, but we have tackle Mike Rimmers listed as out with the knee. Well, I mean, he's on the offensive line, so that might be a big injury hit to the play of the Kansas City Chiefs. So on the opposite side of the ball, defense, we got defensive tackle Kayleen Saunders, who's out. Well, who's listed as questionable with the knee injury. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this is a game that I'm watching because I get George Kittle back. So, it's been a roller coaster ride with that guy. I traded for him. The game I started him, he got hurt and left, and I lost, and I should have played Mike Gesicki. So, I'm still a little salty about that. But on the Cardinals side, they have running back Jonathan Ward, concussion. They have defensive end J.J. Watt with the shoulder, safety James Wiggins with the knee injury, defensive tackle Rashard Lawrence with the calf injury listed as out. You have DeAndre Hopkins. We all seen that injury, that play during this last game. You have Kyler Murray. Well, DeAndre Hopkins is on here with the hamstring injury. Kyler Murray is listed with an ankle. Offensive line is Max Garcia, and listed with Achilles injury. They're all listed as questionable. So on the other side of the ball, we have the 49ers defensive line, Maurice Hurst with a calf injury. I don't know how I can get that injury. It's like a tongue twister this morning. But we have defensive line, Maurice Hurst with a calf injury. Jamie Ward with that seemed like it hurts. A quadricep injury listed as out. Running back Elijah Mitchell, Deebo Samuels, and Dee Ford, they're all listed as questionable in today's game. Next game, we have Tennessee Titans at Los Angeles Rams. So this is, of course, the shocker of the week. The Tennessee Titans, they don't have King Henry. So Titans, fullback, Kyrie Blasingame. All right. Yeah, say that 3 times. Listed on here with the knee injury, got guard Nate Davis with the concussion, linebacker Rashawn Evans with an ankle, cornerback Greg Maven with an ankle. They're all listed as out. Fullback Tony Carter with the shoulder injury, and A.J. Brown with a knee injury. They're listed as questionable. So on the Rams side of the ball, they have defensive line Sebastian Joseph Day listed as out. He's the only one listed as out with a chest injury. We got Robert Woods, who's a player I have on a couple of my fantasy football teams. He's listed with a foot injury. Von Miller with the ankle injury. Jalen Ramsey, rest knee. They're all listed as questionable. So, that's just those old guys flexing, their ability to actually get days off. Next game, we got Chicago Bears at the Pittsburgh Steelers. So on the Bears side of the ball, they got wide receiver Daniel Mooney listed with a groin injury, and he's listed as questionable. We got defensive back Eddie Jackson, quarterback Nick Foles, which is a non-injury personal related. Man, I don't know how these guys getting all this money, getting all these days off. We got Khalil Mack listed with a foot injury, and of course Damon Williams with his knee injury. He's listed as out for today's game. We have Steelers on the Steelers side of the ball. We have offensive line B.J. Finney listed with a back injury, questionable, and Eric Ebron, he's listed as out with a hamstring injury. So, I guess, that concludes our segment. Man, I'm seeing all these comments just piling up, man. I got to keep up with y'all. But, don't go, because I'll be back with more with the favorite segment, the Start Setup.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's cornerback Delvin Breaux here from your favorite team, New Orleans Saints. I just want to go ahead on and give a shout out to STWF Media for allowing me to come on and talk about my testimony, my story, and also talk fantasy football. I just want to say thank you, man, for the honor. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Bro Show out.
Hey, okay, I guess y'all caught me behind the behind the scenes, still trying to get back used to running these controls. But we're gonna take a quick break, a moment, and take a quick pause to get some of these questions going, because I see y'all have actually been hitting me up with these questions. So let's get here. We got Nick Hobby, Mitchell, Judy, or Tony full PPR. Man, that's a good question. Hopefully you're still hanging out with me. But Mitchell, Judy, and Tony, full PPR. Oh, shit, they're saying a lot of money on Houston, no respect for Miami. So let's see. I'm still trying to catch up. Man, you got a lot of questions. So Mitchell, Judy, Tony. Man, we're going to go with the Judy out of those two. We're going to get full PPR because Judy's, he's coming back. They're definitely going to force him the ball. So, man, I'm actually surprised that you're actually in the league that they still do full PPR. But out of those guys, I would definitely say that I would go with Judy. But which Mitchell that is, I don't know which Mitchell that is to be, to answer your question, fully 100%. So we got here TE streamer this week, Henry Ingram or I can't even pronounce that guy, Fairmont full PPR. Now, hey, I've been big on Ingram. Like, I started him last week. I started the week before that. So I'm a big proponent of Ingram. I enjoy Ingram, and with the New York Giants not having any of their weapons out, I mean, you got to go with Ingram. But when you put a full PPR, we know Big Ben. He has a history of tight end. He has a history of tight end love. So this new guy, Fairmont, I don't even know I don't know how to pronounce his name. He sounds like he should be on 007, but you definitely got to start him because Big Ben loves tight ends. So I would start him, and after him, I would do an Ingram. But definitely want to start Fairmont with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I cannot pronounce that guy's name. So QB, hey, I like this, your whole team. Hey, man, you know what? You definitely got to go with, if you're going to start Jeudy, you got to go with the Teddy Bridgewater, Jeudy hookup. That's a great connection right there. But you got Tyrod Taylor. Look, man, I love Tyrod Taylor. And guess what? The only thing that's worse than the Tyrod Taylor being the only star in Houston is the team that he's playing. The defense is horrible. So you definitely want to, start Tyrod Taylor because, like you said, he's a streamer of the week. So I'm guessing that, maybe you had like some of the stronger quarterbacks that were on bye this week, but I love me some Tyrod Taylor. And hanging out with us from
what's the damn deal?
Hey, look, about made me start chopping and screwing it up. All right, so look, you just joined us while I was getting on this question with Nick Hobby. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. He's our YouTuber. He says QB streamers this week: Teddy Bridgewater, Jordan Love, or Tyrod Taylor.
Ooh, definitely not Bridgewater. We're gonna have a long day today.
That is true.
Love getting his weapons back. They playing Kansas City, right? Forwards defense. I'll probably go with Love a little bit today. Tyrod coming off a fresh injury. I don't know too much about that. I'll probably say Love on that one.
Yeah, I bet you would. I bet you wouldn't say Teddy Bridgewater because he's playing the Denver. He's playing the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, and we know that quarterbacks can't. Well, they used to be able to throw against the Dallas Cowboys. For some reason, I don't know what's going on, man. But so that's a good pick. So we still got our YouTuber. YouTube's Hayden. He's Hayden Rittenhouse. Pick 2: Jeff Wilson, Connor, or Mitchell. What do you think about that one?
Let's see.
So Connor, I got Connor, and he's been touchdown dependent. So
he got 2 the last game.
Exactly. But the thing is he's being phased out in the passing game to Chase Edmonds. So if you're playing in a standard league, I would lean towards Connor. But this is the second person who's asked me about Mitchell. What Mitchell are they talking? What Mitchell are they talking about? Do you know Donovan Mitchell? What y'all got to tell me which Mitchell that is you're talking about, so we can know which one for sure. So, all right, I see you there too. Appreciate you hanging out. All right, so we got here our YouTuber again, different YouTube. We have Boy Dad. Hey, shout out to you, man. I'm Boy Dad, Girl Dad too. So we got Flex PPR, Peterson, Bateman, or Mears. Full flex PPR, I would just go with Peterson because he's, he's fresh. That's the only thing, he's fresh, and it's going to take him a while to actually get in football shape. So I would be a little leery with him, but the time is going to be there. He's definitely going to get the time on the field. But, with Bateman, he's only dependent on who's throwing him the ball. And I don't know how much he's playing and he's going to be involved in today's game. Mears, it'll be out of fight from Mears and Peterson, but I would lean towards Peterson just because of name recognition. Who do you have up in there?
I'll probably say for me, Peterson still kind of too new for him. He might be in shape, he might not be, but I'm probably going to say Bateman for me.
Why you say Bateman?
Just due to the defense that he's facing, he's going to get the opportunities. If it was maybe like 5 years ago, I'll say Peterson. But not just yet. I got to see how he's going to fit with the offense.
Good point. And in Minnesota, they're known, they're known for having had a good defense, but their defense is not that, they're not as good as they were anymore.
They in shambles right now, man. It's already talking about to get Zimmer up out of there. They was looking good coming into last week, but I think it's a little bit of a transition period for those Vikings right now.
Facts, and like I say, Christian. I don't know why I want to call Kirk Cousins Christian McCaffrey, because I guess Christian McCaffrey's back. But it's just crazy. He's been killing my season. So shout out to you, James Nelson, baby. Who that? That's who that? Your thoughts on AP? Is he worth the pickup? He's worth the
long
stash.
term, yes.
Yeah, I mean he's worth the stash only because he's in a system that's run heavy, and they went after him. So evidently, his run style fits their scheme, their system. So that's something I would invest in and give him a chance to actually get in NFL shape. Because one thing that's undeniable is Adrian Peterson's workout ethic. The dude was a monster. So I still think he's still in shape. He just may not be in NFL ready shape. All right, so back to Hayden. He says, hey, I don't know who is going to get more touches, Jeff Wilson. Oh, you're talking about Elijah Mitchell. Okay. That's where I'm stuck. Now, see, Elijah Mitchell, you got to remember, he made the injury report. So, and, he's nursing a big injury. So on that, just with that one caveat, I would lean towards Jeff Wilson because, he'll be involved more. So we have pick 2. All right, so John Nelson, appreciate you hanging out with our Facebook friends. So we have pick 2, Emmanuel Sanders, Jerry Jeudy, or Darrell Williams. I'm taking that's Darrell Williams from Kansas City. Definitely he's a must start. And Emmanuel Sanders is gonna go bananas. They don't have
Sanders, man.
Yeah, you're going to go, but he's going to go bananas. Have a big game. I expect Sanders to have a very high production game because there's no tight end, and it's Cole Beasley. I'm still not sold on Cole Beasley because of his COVID situation. So he won't get the looks. Definitely play Emmanuel Sanders with some confidence. Definitely play him. So, man, appreciate these comments, man. Y'all keep them in. So we got here Taquan Wise. Appreciate you hanging out. Hey, I'm playing against him this week, so I can't really be giving you no pointers. But we got Taquan at QB Derek Carr. Why would you do that? Like, are you on some inspirational Sunday morning motivational stuff? I understand that the team is, like they said, there's no distractions. They're rallying behind everyone. But, I don't know. I would definitely take a better option. Okay, so, yeah. I was right. I'm just not getting down to it. So you did say Elijah Mitchell. So, yeah, I've had Elijah Mitchell. But one thing with the 49ers, hold their running back committee. They have too many studs. They have too many good people. And with with Garoppolo starting, you really don't know who's going to get the ball. And we got George Kittle coming back this week, so he's definitely going to want the ball. So that's a tough decision to figure out. So we got pick 2, Kittles, Pitts, or Landry, PPR. Man, with OBJ out, that means Landry is in. So if I got to put them two together, because at the end of the day, I got Byrne playing Kittle. I got Byrne playing George Kittle, and cost me a really good, a really crucial matchup. So I'm a little pissy with George Kittle. He has to prove himself to get back in my lineup. So I would go with Kyle Pitts just because of the upside. And he's playing the New Orleans Saints. That is like one of the oldest, best rivals ever. Just take all the records out. This is going to be a good game. What do you think about that one?
Landry will be my choice, just due to the fact that all the drama that went down this week, they're going to be out to try to prove something. So he's going to get his targets.
Yeah. And he got him with the game that he came in off of injury. He got in and got double-digit targets. So, he's definitely going to get the targets. And, and I think, as stated before, going into this season, I said that OBJ was on the cusp of getting dropped because of all of this. They last year proved that they're a greater team without Odell Beckham and all his antics. So, to me, that was a power play to show, we're buckling down on what we got. So, definitely Definitely think that. So, all right, shout out to Two. He's answering the question. He says, go with Wilson. Agree. Yeah, definitely go with Wilson because, he's more durable. He's not on the injury report. So I definitely think your chances of having a better game will be with him. So we got definitely our YouTubers hanging out with us. We got Jugra. I'm sorry, I'm gonna tear up your name, but we got Beasley, Higgins, Landry. Choose 2 for flex. Beasley, you could drop him. So Higgins, I would lean towards Higgins and Landry. If I got to pick 2, so it'll be them 2, Higgins and Landry. So all right, so what we got? Oh, so he said Landry about to get all that rock. Exactly, he's about to get that work. He is about to get that work. So. All right, so if y'all got any more lineup questions, definitely just drop them. We'll add them, and, to our show. We'll take time to answer your questions. So, first game, we got the start of the week. What do you think about that? Is Myles Gaskin. I got burned on this guy a couple times, man. It's hard to gauge him. So, he is the start of the week. What do you think about that? Do you agree with Myles Gaskin, the running back for the Miami Dolphins, being the start of the week?
Yeah, because he's going up against the Texans, little porous of a defense. They're going to have the opportunity, I think, to get a lot of goal line looks. Kind of the same thing we talked about earlier. Tua kind of under microscope with all that drama. Is he going to get traded, not get traded? So he's going to be comfortable, and that can focus on offense, do what he needs to do.
Facts, agreed. So for the starting for the quarterbacks, we have Joe Burrow. So, Joe Burrow, they're having a battle of Ohio. So what do you think about that? They're going up against Cleveland.
Yeah, man, I'm sold on Joe Burrow, man. I was sold on him last year. He did me some justice. He's going to be a good one for a long time, barring injury.
Agreed. Same here, man. You gotta start big play Joe, smoking Joe. I don't care what you want to call him, just don't call him loser Joe. So he's a start. And guy that I've been politicking for this whole season. I mean, off season going into this season. And last season after he tore up the Dallas Cowboys. And it's Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. He's a must start going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. What do you think about that?
Man, Jalen Hurts, man, he's a enigma. No, they did good last week. Then he'll have some weeks where 1 or 2 weeks in a row he'll disappear. He's all over the place, man. Maybe if you got a 2 quarterback league, you need a second, but as a starter, it's too risky.
Yeah, but I mean, he fits this whole new quarterback mantra. By land, by sea, by air. He sounds like the post office. He can beat you with his feet. He can beat you with his arms. So, that's just, that's the one thing that I always pay attention to. So, but yeah, I would definitely temper my expectations because he's playing a good, fast Chargers defense. So now this one here, what do you think about this one? Tua Tagovailoa start against Houston. Uh-oh. So Tua Tagovailoa, he's definitely he's a start for me because one of the things that they are the Miami Dolphins is the most passing team in the NFL. So, they fall short. They fall behind very early in the in the game. So that requires them to pass. So, as of right now, he's averaging over 30 passing attempts a game. So, definitely that's that's a stat to pay attention to because it can hurt you and it can also help you because a lot of those pass attempts, he's going to get some completions, but if those completions becomes to the other team, then of course Tua Tagovailoa becomes a bad choice to start. So sleeper, just like mentioned earlier in the show, Tyrod Taylor, he's going up against Miami, who has the worst passing defense in the NFL. So, I mean, that bodes well for Tyrod Taylor and, his success factor. So, to me, I'm sold on him, even though that the game is in Miami. So next game we have as a sleeper is Tu's pick, Derek Carr. So he's lost his top option, his top deep threat, which is Henry Ruggs. So, now who's going to step up? Is it going to be Josh Jacobs? Hopefully so. But, they're hoping that Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow step up to help fill that void. But, yeah, I don't know. We got Tebow. We got Tebow in there. Let's get Tebow in there. So we got next up we have Carson Wentz, who's a sleeper. I don't know why he's a sleeper. The guy's been a straight stud since like week 5. Since going into this bye, the guy's been a stud. So I've been recommending starting him. I even told too, you should start him when you was starting Baker Mayfield. But definitely get Carson Wentz. He's going up against the Jets. I mean, they have a good upfront defense that causes turnovers and opportunities in the secondary. But, I mean, Carson Wentz, he's a veteran, so definitely get him in there. So we got the Sinners, sit Matt Ryan. Needless to say, who that, baby? They playing my Saints. Sorry, I just had to do that for the effect. And they're missing one of their top receivers in Calvin Ridley. So, of course, we got Daniel Jones as a sit. They're playing a very good Las Vegas Raiders defense. So, and he has none of his stars. So definitely sit him. We got Teddy Bridgewater going up against Dallas. So early in the season, everyone was saying, hey, start your guys against Dallas defense because they had a hard time stopping the pass. But I don't know, as of late, I don't know what Jerry Jones told them or gave them, but they've been balling. So, Teddy Two Glove, he's also a guy that can beat you by his feet and his arm, but he prefers to throw the ball. But, he's playing here in Dallas, so the crowd's going to be crazy. So I can see why they say sit him, but I would put him on a sleeper side. Bust alert. Ryan Tannehill, guy that I'm playing, he's out with Derrick Henry's out. So now everything changes. So now you become a run fear team to become now you're a pass only team because no one's afraid of Adrian Old Man Peterson anymore. So I would definitely look for other options for Ryan Tannehill. Now we got the starter for the running backs, of course, Josh Jacobs, because he is the only option in Las Vegas. I mean, they got King and Drake, but I mean, he's King and Drake. He's been bounced around a couple times. So I definitely wouldn't put too much in that. So what they saying Tua isn't playing? Man, get that out of here. Where you watching your sports at, man? You need to get your news here. Tua's playing. But welcome back there, Coach Lee.
Had switch phones, man.
Hey, okay. We all ain't able, man. I just got one phone, one shot, man. One light. All right. So, we're on the starting with the running backs right now. So, we're on Josh Jacobs. We have Michael Carter. I mean, I guess, we've seen that game. And this guy, they had that high expectations for him going into the draft. And he's coming on of great as of late, man. So, definitely he's a guy that y'all want to pick up. And Darrell Williams, I think someone asked about him earlier. Definitely want to start this guy because why? He's a part of one of the most passing prolific teams in the NFL. So, and he's a pass catching running back out of the backfield. So definitely want to start Darrell Williams. So we have Elijah Mitchell. This is another guy that was asked about earlier in the show. But watch this. I want y'all to see this. Elijah Mitchell is dealing with a rib injury. So keep an eye on his status heading into Sunday's game. Thank you. That's why. Definitely want to keep an eye on that. So we got Devontae Booker, and we've seen him before. I digress. Next, we have our sleepers. So I'm asking you this. So who do you think is one of our sleepers of the week for at the running back position, Coach Lee?
For the sleepers, well, I did pick up Boston Scott.
Well, that was a good pickup. So, they surprised me with that because, all year, all season, I've been watching Kenneth Gainwell, so he's been able to pass, catch out the backfield. He's also been able to make the big plays. But in a time of need, they went with the big back, and you seen it was hot. I was like, where are these running backs coming from with Philly? So I would stay away from that Philly situation, unless it comes on a Philly cheese steak. But Boston Scott, he's the sleeper of the week this week. We got Zach Moss going up against Jacksonville. I don't know why like a starter or running back B or A would be considered a sleeper. Here we got A.J. Dillon. Jordan Love starting. So in a time of need or crunch time, he's going to run the ball. So in a time of goal line, he's going to run the ball. So, yeah, and we're watching Green Bay unravel. So I don't know what they're going to do there. So we got to sit them. So here we got for the Atlanta Falcons, we got running back Mike Davis, of course. He's going up against the New Orleans Saints that has one of the best run defenses in the NFL this year. So, of course, needless to say, Adrian Peterson. Y'all better put some respect on his name. Let's do that Birdman rub. Man, they got him down as the sit. What do you think about that, Coach Lee? Do you agree with that?
Peterson?
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure he's always been, this is a guy that came back from ACL. Granted, it was at an early age, but he's just a freak of nature when it comes to athletic ability. Like we had talked about earlier today, he's going to get the opportunities, especially around the goal line. And Tannehill is Tannehill at the end of the day. He ain't got King Henry behind him right now, so they're gonna have to really rely on their running game, man. And so he's gonna get the opportunities and looks.
Agreed. And I stand corrected. You're absolutely right there, Coach. Tua Tagovailoa is out. Man, that's definitely going to impact some. That's definitely going to impact some lineups because I got Jaden Waddle, whatever I would pronounce the guy's name. But man, and they're saying Jacoby Brissett will start. So definitely appreciate that update there too. So yeah, and I can't pick him up in the league. So man, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. But see, that's how you do it in the big league. Got to stay on your game. Shout out to you, P. Diddy. I seen you the fake one that day. I seen you and picked him up, Patrick. So we got Carlos Hyde. He's a sit. So he's expected to start because, of course, James Robinson, he made our injury report. So he's not expected to play. But Carlos Hyde has been a thing of the past. And I don't know. And I mean, their whole team is just trash. So I think that would be a good sit. Sit Carlos Hyde, David Johnson, and the bust alert is Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon been on a bus weeks ago. I mean, last week, he was out. He is
today. They're gonna be on.
But see, he's the bust because Javonte Williams is going to be the stud.
Not today.
He ain't hearing that. He's not hearing that. All right, so we got on the starter. We got Michael Pittman. So this guy's been phenomenal. So I mean, yeah. Can't say much about that. So we got Jalen Waddle. Now that we know Jacoby Brissett's back in, what do you think about his status?
I like his chances are better. Tua, man, even his rookie year, he didn't do it for me, to be honest. But got a veteran quarterback today, gonna go to his progressions and his reads. Opportunities is gonna be there for him.
Agreed. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird because when Jacoby Brissett was playing, the other guys got, Gesicki thrived and Myles Gaskin thrived. Like, I think Jalen Waddle was actually the odd guy out because Jalen Waddle is Tua's guy. So, definitely I'm watching that, this whole situation. I don't know how to gauge this because, yeah, Jalen Waddle is Tua Tagovailoa's guy. But the only good thing is that this week they're going to be down Devontae Parker and, Will Fuller is still week to week. So, yeah, we definitely got to go with, I think Jalen Waddle's a good start. Cole Beasley. Someone asked about this. Like, are y'all getting the same feed from us? Like, you're asking about Cole Beasley. I'm not sold on Cole Beasley because he hasn't been that guy like that since the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I like Cole Beasley coming from the Dallas Cowboys.
Wes Welker type.
Exactly. The dude had heart and he was running all the routes. His route tree was just, he had no limitations. But he's limited because he did not get the COVID shot. And he's limited because he got Emmanuel Sanders out there. So I would play Emmanuel Sanders over Cole Beasley. Brandon Cooks, what do you think about this? What do you think about Brandon Cooks?
Brandon Cook, I think going up against Miami, Tyrod Taylor's back. That may be a safety net for him.
Yeah, like Brandon Cooks will cook this week because, one thing for sure, 3 things for certain. He needed a quarterback. He's fast. He needed a quarterback. He was actually playing, pretty decent with Davis Mills, but that was David Mills. But now, in the first week 1 and 2, the guy was cooking when Tyrod Taylor was there. So I think that's a good start. Jarvis Landry, needless to say. Battle of Ohio, he's going to do his thing. Sleepers, T. Higgins. That's going to be a high-throwing game, a high-point-scoring game. And one thing that Joe Burrow has proved to me now that he can have a game and put together a string of games where he throws multiple touchdowns, not just have a game here where he throws 2 touchdowns, then never happens again. So I think this will be a good game. So sleeper, Hunter Renfrow. And Renfrow, like saying his name reminds me of Scooby-Doo. Renfrow. So Renfrow, sorry, but yeah, Hunter Renfrow, he's a good sleeper of the week too. So what do you think about Hunter Renfrow? All right. So, yeah, he's a good starter this week. So we got Rashad Bateman. So they're going up against Minnesota. So you got to temper your expectations on this one. I think it's going to be a run-heavy game because both teams are still trying to find their way and they're playing conservative football. So, yeah, this guy, Van Jefferson, he is my Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the junior. He's my sleeper of the week because, they got one of their receivers out, he's in. These guys are throwing the ball. Matthew Stafford is spreading the ball to any guy who's open, not open, period. They're playing on a whole nother level. So he's my sleeper pick. Sit him, Marvin Jones of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sit everyone that played for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know what? Just sit the whole team. Devontae Smith. Don't see why you would actually want to bench him because he's the only receiving option out there in Philly. So if you bench him, you got to bench Jalen Hurts. Next guy we got Kadarius Toney. I mean, who are they going to throw the ball to?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'll probably start him, to be honest.
That's I was just about to agree on. Like, who else are they going to throw the ball to besides Ingram? Him. Definitely, he's someone he's a sleeper. I would definitely get him in my lineup. How do you pronounce his name? So, as a group, it's been a Matt Jones show. But who's Matt Jones been throwing the ball to? The other team. He's had a couple good games, and there's no consistency in his play. So, if you have the opportunity, I would stay away from any Patriots receivers. So you got to forgive me right now because, it's fantasy football time and I'm on the cusp of having to play with no quarterback. It's like, oh my gosh. So definitely got to pay attention. So we got the bust alert. Cortland Sutton. What do you think about this one?
That's kind of twofold. Either they're gonna have a bad day or they're gonna get behind and then they're just gonna be passing to try to keep up with the Cowboys offense.
You was happy to say that. Yeah, you was happy to say that, weren't you?
We give up a lot of yards, man. But a lot of that is because we're up on teams and they're passing.
That's how it was on the opposite year last year. It was like y'all got a lot of points because so many teams were up on y'all.
Yep. I will acknowledge that.
So I guess, the worm has turned. I like that. So, all right, so we're going to go to the tight end. I agree with you on that one. So we got the tight end starting with Mike II, the guy who was balling when Jacoby Brissett was playing. So definitely a play I like. So what do you think about that one?
Same thing as I said earlier with Waddle. Got a veteran quarterback in there. It's going to be able to go through his reads progressions again. Tight end, I was going to be a safety net. That's one of my favorite positions on offense. And they're going against Houston, man.
That's kind of disrespectful, man. But yeah,
nah, it's all love. Shout out to my H-Town fam, man. It's all love.
So
I gotta go home, man.
Right, I was about to say that's gonna hit home right there, sir.
She gonna be on my head. I keep talking about her team.
So now we got Dallas Goedert, the tight end for the Philly. You know, they hunkered down, they let Ertz go, and they hunkered down on Dallas Goedert. So what do you think about that?
That's the simple fact that Ertz is gone now, so he's gonna get all the targets primarily as a tight end one. You got a quarterback that's mobile. When he's mobile, that means the pocket breaks down. That means that tight end can float, find that soft spot in the zone, sit, boom, got the ball to him.
Okay, boom, boom. All right. You're breaking out the X's and O's for us on this Sunday morning. So we got Pat Shermer. Like, I'm telling you, like that, he sounds like he's from World War II. Like, I can't pronounce his name, but the guy balls on the field. So I agree. You know, he's definitely a start right there. So the sleeper, Jared Cook, former Saints player. What do you think about that?
I think I can see that. Philly, it's kind of lukewarm. So I can definitely see that. And you know, he got a I ain't gonna say a great quarterback, got a good quarterback getting him the rock.
Facts. So this is another one, Tyler Conklin. You know, I picked him up too because Baltimore, they're not the best against tight ends, so the opportunities will be there. So I think he's a good solid start for.
You trust the quarterback?
Huh?
You trust the quarterback?
No, that's why I got the tight end. That's like I said, that's a safety net. He won't have time to throw the ball. He's going to make erratic decisions. So I
see.
You know, I worked on my X's and O's this morning. You know, so we got a guy whose name I can't pronounce. It's Albert Alamoun. I have no idea. So, you know, Noah Fant went down. So I guess this is the next guy up. You know what? Yeah, leave him gone. Sit him. We have CJ Uzomah, who's been balling, and I fell victim to that. Like last week, you know, he's been balling. I went picked him up, started him, and he flopped.
Yeah, he's all over the board. He look like Kellen Winslow one game. He look like the dude getting your order at Home Depot the next.
That is funny. Yes, I would have to. That was a great analogy. All right. I see. I'm still trying to get my lineup together because you know, even though we're doing this show, the leagues must go on. So we got Dan Arnold for the tight end at Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, definitely. It's the whole team. Hunter Henry, once again. They also got Jake. I forgot the other tight end there, Jonnu Smith. You know, they got too many tight ends there, and Matt Jones is too erratic. You know, he's too unpredictable. So, as I said earlier, I wouldn't really go with Hunter Henry. And we got Bust Alert, Tyler Higbee. You know, I guess give a shout out to the hair. I mean, like that's about all I can do. DST starter, Patriots. This guy got the Patriots. I wanted to drop their asses last week because
CMC back though.
Because who they played, but I mean, he's going to be on a snap count. You know, he's off of a big injury, so you know, I don't think he'll be mentally strong enough.
That's true.
So other sleepers, we got Dolphins at Houston. That's a disrespect to every Houston player there is to say they're picking the Dolphins defense over their offense. The Raiders defense over the New York Giants. The Saints over the Atlanta Falcons. The sit-em for the defense is the Denver Broncos at Dallas.
Yup. We're trying to bust the scoreboard on their asses today.
Okay. And so as we before we take this quick break, we got another question. Let's get that question up. So shout out to the Steel Nation. Appreciate you for hanging out with us on YouTube, man. Must start to Moss, Jones on McNichols, Tennessee. Hard to choose. Full point PPR. So
Moss for sure.
Yes, yeah, definitely start Moss. I would start anyone playing on the Buffalo Bills team this week. And who is this? Jones for Las Vegas.
Jacoby Jones, I think.
Jacoby
for
Jones.
the Raiders.
He got LV. So I think that's Las Vegas and McNichols for Tennessee. Tennessee, I wouldn't start anything from Tennessee besides their defense right now, and I really wouldn't start them too much. But Jones, I don't know which Jones that is. If they're not Hunter Renfrow, he's going to be the primary target, and Josh Jacobs. I don't know which Jones that is, but I would definitely, try to stay away from any Las Vegas players because they got too many distractions. So hopefully that helps, man. But you need. I wonder how many teams is in your league because that's some hard choices. I don't even know who McNichols are, and that shows that definitely y'all doing some coaching in that league. So shout out to y'all league, man. I like that. But man, look like you didn't already touch down to Cowboy Station. Cowboy.
Bronco, get out of here! No.
No. See, there they go. See, that's why we don't like the Cowboys right now. That's why we don't like y'all fans. But hey, we're gonna be back with our last segment. So y'all sit back and don't go anywhere or you pay these bills.
That was good with the people. It's Montreal McNeander, NFL linebacker for the Cleveland Browns and Grambling alumni. I had to come through today. Give a special shout out to my dudes over at STWF Media, the big brand, where you can talk sports with the other NFL players, fans in their Facebook community. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go get them boys a shout out. Go check out their page. And I promise you, man, you're gonna love everything that you hear and enjoy it.
Boom. And we back with the last segment. This is the home stretch for us. And this is the thing there, where, I flex because I get the most of the picks right. So this is the game pick. So this is what we see. We go through all the games slated for today and tomorrow and see which ones we pick to win. So first game, we got the Houston Texans at Miami Dolphins. Who do you got?
Man, even though I talk all that noise about Miami, man, I think Houston gonna pull it out today.
Yeah, I would definitely go with you because Houston, they got something to play for. They got their quarterback back and
got them back.
Improved. So even though it's in Miami, and I like Jacoby Brissett, I'm going with Miami, man. Take to South Beach, baby. So I got Miami on that one. So this game here, we got Las Vegas Raiders at New York Giants. Who you got?
Man, I ain't just saying because they ain't no division. I'm going to wild card and say the Giants. They've been in a lot of games, man. They've been in a lot of games. They're going to get a break. Because I think if they don't win today, Garrett, dog, you're going to be clapping at the house.
Well, hey, man, you know what? Look, get used to it. Because it's done, man. Like, I do think this is going to be an ugly game, but I think the Raiders, they're playing with the little warm and fuzzies on the inside. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get together. So I think they're going to pull it off just because of that. And it's Daniel Jones. I can't put my money on Daniel Jones and Devontae Booker, man. So I'm going to get you on that one. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders. So we got the New England Patriots at the Carolina Panthers. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with the cutoff sleeve sweatshirt fella up in the Northeast.
Yes, sir.
They playing some good ball, man.
Yeah. And Panthers, they can't. They lost.
They came back to reality.
Yeah, Sam Darnold is who we all thought Sam Darnold was. So definitely, I agree with you on that. We're going with the Patriots on that one. You got the Minnesota Vikings at Baltimore Ravens. Who do you got there?
Baltimore.
Yeah, agreed. Got to go with Lamar. So we got Atlanta Falcons against the New Orleans Hoodats.
Know how I feel about them damn Hoodats, but y'all gonna get the dub.
Goddamn right. Yes, sir. Go to New Orleans Saints on that one. So we got the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys. Right, don't even need to say nothing. So I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys. So we got the Battle of Ohio. Cleveland Browns at Cincinnati. Like, I don't understand it. Like, how it's in Ohio. Like, but okay. So Cleveland Browns at Cincinnati Bengals. What do you got?
Cincinnati. I believe in Burrow, man.
Facts. In Burrow we trust. So we got Buffalo Bills at Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Buffalo Bills. So we got Los Angeles Chargers at the home of brotherly love, Philadelphia Eagles.
Chargers. Herbert may be a little bit too much for that secondary. Or defense is opportunistic. They're still one of the better teams. Now, I know they had a couple of stumbles here in their last couple of weeks, but they're one of the better teams in the AFC.
With Jackson out, the Chargers will likely lean more on second-year running back Joshua Kelly. And I've seen the play. Like, I had Herbert last week, and he let me down. So with that, I'm going to the Eagles, man. You know? Going to the Eagles on that. Next game, we got the Packers. The Green Bay Packers going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Who do you got?
Chiefs.
Yeah, with no Aaron Rodgers.
Patty got to show up sooner or later, man. You can't keep playing this bad.
Right, agreed. And with no Aaron Rodgers, there's no continuity out there. There's no confidence. So we got Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers.
Dare I say Arizona gonna lose 2 in a row?
What?
I know Hopkins got the bad hammy. If I'm not mistaken,
Kyler Murray is hurt.
Yeah, he's banged up.
Yeah, he's a game time decision. And
yeah,
I just picked up Colt McCoy. So I'm hoping that game time decision becomes early and he's out. So I can have me a second quarterback.
Agreed.
So we got Tennessee Titans at Los Angeles Rams. Who do you got?
Rams.
Same here, easy.
They got their brand new Maserati they're gonna put on the field this weekend. So they're gonna be out there celebrating and probably on another level, man. They're trying to get that march to they're trying to become the second team to host a Super Bowl.
Fact.
While they play.
Facts. That would be a tremendous feat. Last game we got Chicago Bears at Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers, Bears, Fields is playing better, but I think the Bears defense is, the Steelers defense is still what that is. And Tom is going to get him some looks he probably ain't seen before.
Yeah. It's still, like you said, it's still a steel curtain, and Justin, and I forget the record that Mike Tomlin had against rookie quarterbacks, but, he dominates them. So, at the end of the day, Justin Fields, he's still a rookie, shout out to the rookie, he still has more developing to do. And, hey, yeah, I was talking about you. You went and took Jacoby Brissett, so I don't have a defense. So this is the guy that I'm playing this week in the big league. So, yeah. But shout out to you, man. Thanks for hanging out, but that's my guy, man. So it's a little tension right now. It's a little rivalry because he one up me, and that's the whole thing about the big league. It's all about out coaching. Stand on your toes, and you might have moved me. So don't worry, I got my voodoo doll. I'm poking the pins in Kyler Murray, so his air won't start. But man, that's all our game picks. So before we get up out of here, you got a shout out?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, brother. Sorry I was late this morning, but I know my man got it. He holding it down for us. Shout out for everybody that joined in today. We appreciate y'all entrusting us and help you pick your starting lineups today.
Facts. It was a lot of them too, man. Shout out to YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. YouTube showed us some love today, man. Shout out to YouTube. Yeah.
Shout out to them Cowboys, dog. We out here today. If you out here today, come holler at your boy. We in lot 12, doing it up.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Shout out because Sports Talk with Friends starting the next home game against Atlanta Falcons. We're partnering up with with another guy. We're going to be doing tailgate parties out there. $40, $40 for the ticket, get you in. So we're definitely going to post some more information about that in a group. So if y'all interested in going out there, we're going to have a bus. Going to be a pretty nice event. So definitely stay tuned on that information. Definitely got to give a shout out to my guy, man. Lil J's, Josh, Lil J's Donuts and More.
Yes, sir.
Louisiana. Definitely give a shout out to you, Pete.
Josh. Well, my big dad, man.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Come on the show and start kicking cages. Cowboys still trash, but some of the fans are good people.
Guess what, though? Mutual.
Did you know with the praying hands? Like, no, I dream of Jesus. But man, definitely gotta give a shout out to everybody that's active in the group, man, that's contributing, man. We see y'all, we appreciate that. Got a lot of good things coming up. Y'all stay tuned. We got the Ugly Sweater Christmas party coming up in December. We also working to get the Dallas Mavericks and Pelicans suites. They're going to be coming. Those tickets are going to be coming available next week. So definitely pay attention for that. If y'all care to join us, we'll be doing that. Got a lot of good things coming up as we get ready to end out this fantasy football season. Hopefully everyone's been enjoying the ride. But, shout out to y'all, and that's it, man. Oh, wait. What happened to the camping? I know, man. Blame COVID. Milli Vanilli blamed it on the rain. Jamie Foxx blamed it on the alcohol. I'm blaming our camping trip on COVID. But if we can still try so we can figure something out by the end of November. But we've been focusing on getting this Ugly Sweater Christmas party success, because we've been doing that 3 years in a row, but hadn't done it since COVID hit. So we definitely want to make sure that's a huge success. So make sure you're paying attention on that. And with that, man, you know what? I need to get my early Sunday morning drink on. So, you know what? I'm out.